Well, you know, here at the Weather Channel, we ask you guys to send in eyewitness videos of extreme weather conditions you see firsthand. And we always tell you, please be safe when you do that. But an alarming number of these videos we get are being taken by viewers who are actually at the wheel of a moving vehicle. Drivers distracted by things like cell phones, flip cameras, GPS units claimed the lives of nearly 5,500 people in 2009, and that death toll continues to rise. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and we're joined right now by GEICO Insurance Vice President Joe Thomas with some tips to help you be safer on the road. Joe, thanks for joining us and talking about what's really, in a sense, this is becoming an epidemic, isn't it?
This is really a serious problem. When you talk about the 5,500 lives, you're talking about 500,000 injuries out there. At any given time on a daylight hour in this country, there's 800,000 vehicles being driven by a distracted driver. It's a huge problem, huge.
And what, the University of Utah study shows that if drivers talking on a cell phone, hands-free or not, it has they had similar reaction times to folks who were at the legal blood alcohol limit. That's pretty frightening.
It is. That's the study done in 2005. Results are released in 2006. And it's the conversation, not the act of holding the phone, that really causes the problems. You think about driving. It is the ultimate multitasking activity. Your brain is making all sorts of decisions about braking, turning, steering, keeping safe. Add in a phone conversation, and your brain starts to slow down. We've all been there. The highway, 65 speed limit, a driver in the left-hand lane doing 50 attached to the cell phone. Dangerous activities.
Yeah, now, I know GEICO, as well as other insurance companies, have been running campaigns to try to get teens to stop texting. And the good news is that the teen drivers not quite using their cell phones while driving as much.
And that's true. I think the messages are getting out there. And I think a campaign like we now have, a national month for distracted driver awareness, is a real good step forward. But the numbers are increasing. I mean, nowadays I text, you text. It used to be a teen problem. Now everybody is texting. So the number of people texting is just growing.
Now, you think you're going to see a law at federal, state level banning any use of cell phones or that kind of thing while you're in a car?
I doubt it. We love our cars.
Genie's out of the bottle.
We love our cell phones. The functionality is growing more and more. It's a part of our lives. Around the country, people say, I don't want government telling me what I can and can't do. I just don't think you're going to have it. I think technology is going to be introduced, as it has already been, to kind of reduce the functionality while we're driving. But even those systems can be overridden.
You've got some tips to help people be more focused while they're driving when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, certainly. First off, if you're driving, especially if you're a young driver, inexperienced driver, the fewer passengers, the better. You have less distractions. If you are going to drive with a passenger, hand them the phone. Let them be the ones who are the designated texter or caller. Before you leave the house in the morning, get dressed, have breakfast.
Put your makeup on.
Put your makeup on. Don't think that you're going to get in the car and start having your breakfast and finish your personal grooming. Driving while drowsy, it's on a par with driving while under the influence. Your functionality, your ability to drive the vehicle is
and I know I've been guilty of this next one, trying to pick music while I'm driving.
You're reaching around the car, you're 3 times as likely to have an accident if you're reaching around the car. And my final tip is to parents. Talk to your young drivers about distracted driving, and then be a good role model. If you text while you're driving, if you're on your phone while you're driving, so will they.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Joe Thomas from GEICO, thanks so much.
Al, thanks for having me.
All right. And, you know, we've got more coming up on the Weather Channel.